Yeah,
Yep. All right, everyone.
yeah.
So listen, I got my boy right here, Master Dre. And he's here today. We're gonna be talking about
Salute.
some secrets of the Shotokan karate. Now he loved
Yes.
forms. He met some of the great masters in Shotokan karate, and I met a couple
Yeah.
few over the years as well. And we was just sitting here talking about how he was just very excited that he met Teddy Dalton and he met some other great grandmasters and masters of the art. He's also actually going to be competing in September with me and a few other martial artists, 35 and up. So I'm excited to have Master Dre. Master Dre, are
Yeah.
you there?
Truly excited.
Uh,
Truly,
all right.
truly excited. Appalled. Know, when Fontanez gave me the invitation, and like that whole day, I bawled my eyes out. Like in excitement.
Yes, sir.
Like all coming in full circle.
Yes, that's what we do, my
Like
brother.
a lot of my hard work is like really, really paying off, and you know, and back in the in the Shoto days, like when the tournament circuit was, the Twin Tower Classic, you know what I mean? The
Yeah.
All American Open, you know what I mean? Tournaments like that, you know what I mean?
Right. The real deal. Right.
The real deal, you know what I'm talking
Original.
about? Oh
Original
yeah,
meals. Original
yeah.
meals. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So listen,
The
with that
Battle of
being
the
said,
Bushido, that's another one.
oh yeah, oh yeah. Battle of the Dojos. Yeah, the Battle of the Dojos. All of that. And then some.
Mm-hmm.
So listen, today we're gonna be talking about the ancient secrets of kata. You know, the brother. I always take video of him, and helping him with his TikTok videos. And he loves to do forms. He knows them well. Listen, he know more Shotokan forms than I probably know Kung Fu forms. So Master Dre, he loves the arts, and we're gonna talk about one of the first tips. And I normally start from one, but I'm gonna start from seven because y'all know this is connected to the kingdom of heaven. That's right. First one is rediscovering the secrets. This is just one of the little known secrets about your forms is studying the original Okinawa versions, the historical context, and to test
Mm-hmm.
the applications with partners to unlock kata secrets. Tell them what you think about that, my brother.
That is a beautiful concept, and it's for both to learn and to excel and grow.
Yes. It helps me because when you say study the original Okinawa, this also reminds me of the book of Bobishi. This is supposed to be the Bible of
Mm-hmm.
martial arts, and I'm about to
Yup.
order a
The Karate
copy.
Bible. Yes, sir.
Yes, and I'm about to order one of those for actually tomorrow. But I want you to tell me, you know anything about the Bobishi? Where you first heard of it about?
That was a long time ago with Master Holman. That was so long ago. It's like part of the lost and the lost art.
Yeah, yeah. And what's interesting because Bruce Lee said this as we talk about, the Okinawa versions, the historical context, and the applications. He says, knowing is not enough. You must apply it. So this tells me
Yeah.
also you must know the
Amen.
applications of your forms and also
Absolutely.
yeah, and also of your movements. But
Exactly.
that's the
And all that movement that does have fighting meaning.
that's right.
Has a lot
Applications,
more
yeah.
than what people think.
That's right. And this is why
Yes.
this is like a never ending journey. I tell the children when they get their black belt, I said, listen, you just got to high school. They said, what? I said, yeah, you just got to high
Yeah.
school. You know what I'm saying?
This ain't college, bro.
Right.
College is grandmasters, bro.
That's right. And there's always more learning after that, never ending journey.
Always learning, always
That's
want
right.
to learn and evolve and grow and try
Develop.
to, with the Showtime Flow Cheat program we got going on, help teaching the kids.
That's right.
That to me is one of the
Yes.
most beautiful gifts,
Oh yeah.
you know?
You got to give back. That's definitely one of the duties of
Yes.
every instructor. And some brothers, they don't go with it, but that's part of our journey. Well, let's talk about number six, the kata matrix. There are different katas that are connected, creating a complete fighting system when understood and combined. So this also reminds me of the idea of this McMac that's inside the military. You know, there's about maybe 15 to 16 different art forms that they put together. Did you know about that military Marine Corps program?
The CQC program?
It's called MICMAC, Marine Military something martial arts program. MICMAC.
Okay.
Yeah, very interesting in the military art. But
Okay.
basically, like I
I
said, no,
know, like, oh, sorry.
no, go ahead, my brother.
Okay. Because I know for a fact CQC is in military and it is in martial arts. It's in both. Because they're both are kind of entwined with each other, you know?
Yes. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Super Saiyan. We got Super Saiyan on the line. He just came on the line on YouTube. Thank you so much for the hearts. Okay, let's go to the next one, which I did today
Thank you,
because I
thank
was in
you.
the hospital the other day and now I had to do my combat breathing. So the next tip is combat breathing if you want to master your forms. Okay, for the martial artists on here. Breathing patterns and kata optimize your nervous system for fighting, increasing power and reaction time. Tell us what you think about this concept.
That's actually true. That's actually true, and it increases your chain of thought and what to do in the form.
Yes. Wow. And you know what? I
Hmm.
got to say this also the nervous system. Listen, the breathing patterns are also good for your health. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Controlling your seed, that means
Yes.
you can't be always having a whole lot of women. Let me just say that for all the men who love to
Amen.
get it in.
Amen.
You know
Amen.
what I'm
I'm a
saying?
womanizer,
I'm just,
and let me tell you, I gotta agree with you on that.
yes. All right, my brothers, I'm just
I
trying to
could be
keep it
a
real.
beautiful womanizer, but yeah, I agree with you on that.
Yeah, this is talking about your power. And a lot of people
Yes.
don't know these little known secrets that your breathing is connected also to your semen retention. Listen, there's a
Yes.
time for everything, and the Bible tells us that. And when you're young, sometime you out
It
there,
all connects to the spirit, the mind, the
yes,
body, the spirit, everything.
yes, that's right. And we just got to make sure we
Yeah.
have more self control over self
Yes.
because even in boxing, there's a rule that you don't want to be tapping nothing up when you know you got a fight coming up
It's
because
true.
you'll get weak.
Yes.
You'll get weak
Yes.
knees.
Yes.
All
I
right,
know first.
right, right. So we just added all y'all because we
I
love what
know
we
first.
do, you know. And nobody ever comes out of let's just say they had a woman they was with, you know, they was with their wife or significant other. Nobody ever come
Right.
out that match saying, "Wow, I feel like going another round. I'm so energized." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right. So yeah,
That's
might
true.
see the
That's
importance of,
true.
you know what I'm saying, of controlling and using that seed to
It's
actually get
true.
stronger
It's
in your
so
health.
true.
Number four,
It's so true.
fighting
I
strategies.
just found out a chick I like had a boyfriend and she pregnant. I just found out today.
Yeah,
That's
that's
how
what.
much like, and she was with her boyfriend for about a year and a half. Didn't know it.
Yeah, this is why we gotta pray and also self control. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Number four, let's talk about fighting strategies. Another
Fighting
to
strategy.
master your
Okay.
katas. The kata sequences tell a story of combat from engagement to
Yes.
resolution with entire fighting strategies encoded within the katas. But you,
True.
it's
True.
a story, yeah. It's a
Yeah, it's true.
it's a story. I remember, remember used to watch Shaw Brothers, and when they used to do the different forms, they used to say the sweep the dragon's tail, and they used to say different things
Yeah.
like that, or they would show you
And
when he did.
roundhouse kick. And
Yeah,
then
that's right.
punch. And then, yeah.
So each of them have a
Mhm.
story and also a name so that you could be able to gain when you are into a fighting situation. And you always would see them doing the conditioning drill if they was doing like say a push up or they was on a
Yeah.
tree hitting a tree and then you would see them going and when they did the technique on somebody, you would see them doing the training that was connected with the
Yes.
technique. So once again,
Uh-huh.
all of these have a story to tell so that you can be able to use it when you're in your situation, whether you got to defend yourself, because it's just not
Mhm.
about just sparring, but it's about defending
That's
yourself,
right.
self-defense.
Uh-huh.
And also don't
About
forget
safety.
health. Thank you
Right.
so much.
All about getting
Safety.
home safe.
There you go.
Absolutely.
There you go. That's right.
Absolutely.
Number three.
That's why
Go ahead, my brother. I'm
yes.
sorry.
Yes. because all of that is related. What you just explained,
Yeah,
all
it's
that
all
is related.
connected. Yeah, definitely.
Every bit of it.
Number three.
Yes.
Number three is the bunkai secrets. Okay, these are the basic
Yes.
movements like the down blocks. You know, we say low blocks, containing multiple applications, including joint locks, throws, and striking combinations, not just from a distance, but close distance. Tell us about the bunkais.
How about the bunkais? Okay, for example, let's take MP for example. Right?
Yes, sir.
You know
You're breaking up a little bit.
with this,
Uh-huh.
everybody thinks that's a block. No, that's a throw.
It's not a
Or
block, it's a throw. Right.
yeah, it's a throw. Like when you start off, and then that's a throw sequence. It's like you a low kick, you block like that. That makes no sense. Why
Yeah.
don't you go down on the knee and block an actual kick? And then you're going to be on your knees, and then they're going to keep punching you and kicking you or whatever.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, I'm
That
so
makes
glad.
zero sense.
And this is why this goes back to the other one when we talked about knowing what the forms are really at the essence, knowing what the forms are really about. What are really the
Exactly.
moves, and not just assuming the moves, and then you find yourself
I'm not just assuming. Exactly.
right in a dangerous situation when you get your head taken off or you get knocked out. You know, because you didn't know
Exactly.
what you needed to know about the bunkais. You know, so this is really important.
About the actual form. It's a throw angle too.
Yeah, yeah.
When you start it's like, and then
So let's go to number two.
you know,
Yeah,
yeah.
let's go to number two. Encoding techniques. In order to master your kata movements, they are designed to encode deadly fighting systems, not just for show or meditation. Wow, this is a deep one right here. It's a deep one right here.
That's deep. Deep and true. Deep and true.
That's right, because we know at one time, you know, this was all about health and also self-defense. It wasn't really about the philosophy of it. It was about being able to break somebody down. Just like when you see Tai Chi, you might be just thinking health, but in reality, Tai Chi in its origin was about self-defense and was raw, and a lot of different things was changed over time. Where now it's just more about the health, and you don't see so much about the self-defense part of it. And this is where we got to know so that we can show and we can be able to use it if we need it to defend ourselves. Let's go to
Yes.
let's go to number one, the hidden applications. Every kata movement contains multiple layers of meaning and applications beyond basic bunkai. You agree with that, brother?
Yep. Repeat that again.
Every
Repeat that last part.
every kata movement contains multiple layers of meaning and applications beyond the basic bunkai.
Yes. Truth. Big truth. Big, huge truth.
Yes. And Bruce Lee used to have a technique, but they said he would have 26 or more different other expressions of that, which also reminded me of what I learned with Tony Robbins, who learned from Jun Ree. He said basically Jun Ree's system is comprised of 8 different movements, and all the other movements is just extra. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's going up to 1 to 200 moves, you know, it just starts with 8 basic moves, just like in boxing. You got your jab, cross, hook, uppercut, and everything else that come from there. It's just, you know, the add-ons. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
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 Yep. How many basic blocks that normally they have in Shotokan?
Basic
Blocks, yeah.
1, 2,
What's that? High?
3. No. Soto. No. Yeah, this is Soto, and this is Uchiuke. That's 2.
Okay.
Low block. Get on by.
Low block.
That's 3.
High block. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Inside.
Okay, that's the high block. Yep.
Okay. Inside and outside block, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soto. And yep.
Yeah, that's deep right there. And I, like I said, every other thing is just extra, extra movements that
Yeah.
contain multiple layers of meaning. And I'm grateful and thankful also when I
Like,
see,
you
uh huh, yeah,
stuff like that,
I can't even look at it right now because I got the I'm sharing my screen with you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm thankful and grateful we was able to talk about these blocks. Just for a recap, my
Mhm.
brother, when did you get started? Let the people know your name, when you got started, and and why you got started. If you want to, add on to that.
All right. Sure. Hi. I am Master Jerry Joseph, formerly trained under Master Altman with Shotokan Karate. You know,
Yes, sir.
unfortunately, I made a few mistakes as a youngster. In the womanizing, that part.
Yeah.
There was a cute woman there, and you know, I guess you believe, the rest is history.
Yeah.
But yeah, but like afterwards, like I got kicked out and stuff. You know, I was like still fresh, like off my karate. I was trained a little bit,
Uh huh.
and then about a few years after I got kicked out, I bumped into you, like
Yeah.
full circle.
Yes, sir. Uh huh. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, and
Back like in like 99, 2000 maybe.
yeah, I
It's been
remember.
a while.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
been
been a while on the
about a
journey.
century. Yeah.
Yeah, on a, and I call it
We've been,
self,
yeah,
moving and improving journey.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and just
We've
thank
been
God
moving ever since.
for second chances. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Amen.
Yeah, because I had to put a lot of down
Amen.
things myself when I met Elder Supreme. My first instructor. Probably around the time you met
Yeah.
me. I was pretty young and I was dealing with smoking marijuana and stuff like that, and I had to let that stuff go.
Mm.
And get myself in
Mm.
alignment. And make sure I just keep my feet on solid ground. So I do know what you're talking about. Knock off the bad
Yeah.
habits so that you can develop yourself
Yeah.
more,
So I could like be
especially with the
focused and
forms,
like
the
be
training.
aware.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That,
Because training definitely requires focus. You can't say it doesn't. It does.
yes. And that's why I wanted to
Yeah.
share about these secrets today because, it just showed me at the end of the day whether they trying to get better at the forms and or they trying to get better at boxing or whatever. These principles, these secrets for forms is also just for, what I'm saying, that person who wants to know how to defend themselves. And also dealing,
Right.
yeah, just learn how to defend themselves or master their boxing or just like you said, trying to
Right.
get home safely. These tips are important.
Yes.
So let's go over about a few of them one more time. Number one, every kata movement
Mm-hmm.
contains multiple layers of meaning, applications beyond the basics. This is important to me about the hidden applications because, like Karate Jesse was sharing on his channel, it's not always what it looked
Yeah.
like or what you thought it was. There are deeper meanings to it. Like you said, it's just like in Taekwondo, they always hitting you from a distance. When you see a Muay Thai
Mm-hmm.
guy, he is close distance hitting you with the techniques. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So what happens?
Yes. Amen.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So what happens when
Amen.
you want to get into a situation and you're not really that skillful at being able to use those blocks at close distance? Or, what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. And you get there and you're just doing what a lot of Taekwondo guys do, where they just grab you or try to take you to the ground, but they don't really know how to
Yeah.
stay up for a couple seconds and
I'm
deal with you.
telling
You know what I'm
you,
saying?
maneuver, because like kick is their specialty.
Yeah.
You know what I
And,
mean?
and,
They
and
don't
putting their
really like
hands down
train
sometimes.
with their hands,
Yeah.
and I think the hands are important.
Yeah. And that's where
As
that
well as
sparring
boxing
coming.
training.
And that's where that sparring comes
And
in, where we learned about the slow sparring as well. Right?
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Training with
to control your technique.
That's right. And training with Grandmaster Fontanes showed us that too,
Yeah.
that the slow is gonna
Yeah.
help the flow. That's right.
Yep.
Um
And Fontaine showed me a lot of things He showed me a few good tricks that I've used outside of the work to a charm, and I never got to thank. I want to take this time to thank him.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, he love what he do, and this is all about us moving and improving. So I'm grateful and thankful, for you, Grandmaster Fontanes, Elder Supreme, Grandmaster Trent. There's so many brothers that's been there, sharing and caring. Masuko has been a blessing. Professor Mo, 52 Blocks, has been a blessing. So many brothers in the game. So I'm grateful and thankful, for the brotherhood. And I want to thank everybody for listening and also understanding this knowledge so that you can be able to get better. Master Dre, you still there? All right, he might have got cut off for a second, but just to go over some of this information, master your combat breathing. The breathing patterns in kata optimize your nervous system for fighting, increasing your power and reaction time. And don't forget also, this is going to help you with your health, okay? Not just your combat, but also with your health. Yeah, my brother.
Yes, brother.
All right. So listen, I appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely.
We're gonna be on doing some more of these because we want to just make sure people are fed, and not just with basic information, but also advanced information, and also that personal experience is very important. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem.
So I'm grateful for you. For those who just coming in, we were just sharing the thoughts about mastering your katas, and look forward to seeing some more strategies and tips with me and Master Dre. Because listen, we want to make sure that you stay connected to the way, and of course, make sure that you pray and continue to push. If God be for you, nobody could be against you. Peace and a whole lot of love. So